Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. I received a text about attendance and I baru update. So please check again your future for the attendance. Yeah, I tersilap set the time 2 p.m. Yeah, I dah tukar. Please check dalam future for the attendance. Okay, I give you a couple of minutes untuk update attendance. Okay, boleh attendance. So for today, but before I to explain about today, so the next three topics we have topic number berapa tadi sorry, the next three topic would be topic 5, 6, and 7, which is working capital management. And then we have cash and marketable securities and also account receivable and inventory management. These three topics is actually related to one and another. Okay. So for today, very brief, I'm going to go through certain section of topic number 5 as an introduction, because working capital management is actually the top portion of the section, okay, which is working capital management. When we talk about working capital management, we are talking about current assets, how to manage our current assets. And under this working capital management, we have 4 different current assets. Okay, we have cash, marketable securities, which we will discuss in topic number 6. Then we have account receivable and inventory, which we will discuss in topic number 7. Okay, so in terms of the importance of this topic, okay, these topics kita akan buat first is our first individual assignment. Okay, akan based on these 3 topics. And second, we're going to have one online quiz based on these 3 topics as well. Okay, 5, 6, and 7. So maknanya kita akan buat our assignment and also our quiz after we finish all 3 topics. Okay, so let me share with you. Okay, the working capital management first. Okay, as I said, this is the very top of the section. Okay, we're going to discuss just a bit here. So therefore, I hope you can read by yourselves. But topic ni memang all theory. Okay, but I'm going to go through the definition of working capital management. Okay, so by definition, working capital management is actually related to day-to-day decisions making. Okay, regarding the investment of current assets. As I said, when we talk about working capital, you are actually referring to current assets. Okay, again, if you remember, one of the ratio that we've learned earlier, kita ada net working capital. Okay, net working capital. So for net working capital, it is actually a formula of current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, so when we talk about net, meaning we deduct the current liabilities part. Okay, but when we talk about working capital alone, is actually referring to current assets. Okay, just the current asset side and how we manage the current asset lah. So as a company, okay, current assets is really important because we need to maintain a certain level of liquidity. Okay, what kind of liquidity we have to ensure? For example, if we talk about cash, we need to ensure that the cash is sufficient, okay, for day-to-day operations together in meeting all short-term obligations. Okay, again, that's why we have ratios like current ratio, whereby we measure the level of current assets versus the current liabilities in ensuring that we are meeting the short-term obligations. And obviously, if we don't manage our working capital properly, this will affect the firm's riskiness. Okay, especially when we talk about working capital, usually it will affect short-term obligation. Okay, short-term basis, and therefore very important for the company to maintain this working capital in order to make sure that the value of the firm remain intact. Okay, so obviously that's the working capital management can significantly affect the firm's risks. Okay, and when we talk about the relationship between risk and return, okay, when we have a low level of current assets, okay, this could lead to financial distress. When we talk about financial distress, it means that the company may have problems in serving its obligations, okay, if they maintain low level of current assets. Okay, however, if they maintain a high level of current assets, this will impact to their productivity, because as I mentioned before, current assets usually associated with low level of profits. Okay, low level of profit. So if they maintain too high in terms of current assets, again, this is not that good lah. Meaning they have lower productivity and lower profits. So low level tak bagus, high level pun tak bagus sebenarnya. So therefore, this capital management, okay, ataupun working capital management basically try to find the balance, okay, between low and high. So maknanya dia dekat tengah-tengah, in between. But actually at what level? Okay, so this is the importance of the four basically. Okay, tapi daripada 4 ni, there's only 2 topics ataupun 2 products ataupun 2 types of assets yang ada calculations. Okay, so for topic number 5 here, we don't have any calculations. So I'm going to stop sampai intro saja. Next, we're going to move to topic number 6, which is the cash management. Okay, for cash management, yes, we have calculations. So we're going to discuss a lot more dekat situ nanti lah. Okay, so for example here, if you look from cash shortage scenario, just by looking at cash shortage scenario, we can see the importance of managing cash. Okay, if you don't manage cash properly, you might end up affecting the business. Okay, for example, we start with the very top part here, delays of payment to creditors and suppliers. So this happens when they have shortage of cash. Okay, they don't have enough cash, therefore they have to delay the payment to the creditors and also to their suppliers. So once they made ataupun they don't meet, maknanya kat sini the delay in terms of the payment, obviously the suppliers will stop supplying their products ataupun their raw materials. So therefore the company will have problems in securing materials. Okay, so raw material ada problems. Maknanya maybe suppliers kata selagi tak bayar, will not give you new raw materials. So when they don't have raw materials, they're going to have problems with the production, okay, due to the lack of material. So bila low productions, obviously output dia akan kurang jugalah, less amount of finished goods. Okay, and we know the finished goods is really important because this is the final product that we will sell to the market. So availability will be low. And when they have lower products available to sell, obviously the value of sales will reduce as well. And when they have low level of sales, obviously the problems with the cash shortages akan jadi lagi teruk lah, become even worse. And if this keep on repeating and also, that's not solved contohnya, so eventually the company might have problems with regards to the payments to the suppliers even further, and might facing worst case scenario, bankruptcy. Okay, so that's the impact that we have. Tapi ini mungkin agak worst case scenario lah. Maybe dia boleh recover balik. But if they don't manage this properly, obviously we have problems. Just with the one single asset, just by looking at the cash sahaja. Okay, so therefore, I'm gonna go straight. Okay, sebab I cakap tadi the challenge here is to make sure kita ada balance, proper mix between high level dengan low level tu tadi. Okay, so hopefully for the rest of the slides ni you can read on your own. Ingat topic 5, 6 and 7 will be part of your individual assignment yang akan bagi selalunya take home je. And another one is a online quiz. Online quiz tu multiple choice. Okay, multiple choice. Memang soalan teori saja, no calculations. Okay, so please read nantilah for topic number 5. So next, I'm gonna go straight to topic number 6. Okay, because we have a certain section here with calculations. Okay, which is 6.1 cash management. But on top of that, we're gonna have another subtopic, which is marketable securities management. So again, these two, cash and marketable securities, kalau you ingat dalam balance sheet, it appears in the current assets. Okay, on the top left, kita ada current assets kan. So we have cash and also marketable securities. So this is part of working capital tadi lah. Okay, working capital. Cash, what does it mean by cash? Cash refers to, in our own way, is the currency of ringgit and also sen. Okay, kalau kat Malaysia, okay, in our case, the currency would be ringgit and sen. Okay, the currency and coin, the notes and coin, and it can be on hand, cash on hand. Okay, cash on hand. It can be in a form of petty cash drawers or cash registers. Okay, in vault, for example, cash vaults, or in any account in the banks. Okay, so kalau kat Malaysia, kita panggil checking ni current account. Current account. So all of these are considered as cash. Okay, regardless whether it's on hand, dalam drawers, cash drawers, dalam cash registers, dalam vaults, or even in the bank account. Okay, but the bank account must be current lah, current ataupun savings. Selalunya business akan buka current account. Okay, all of these are considered cash because very liquid, you can access to it very fast. Okay, kalau macam dalam FD ke, it's not cash lah. Obviously, it's not cash. Okay, cash must be liquid and we can withdraw anytime without risking the value, right? And cash is often called liquid assets or non-earning asset. As I said tadi, that's why in working capital ataupun current assets, it's always associated with low level of returns kind of assets. And in fact, for cash, it is non. So non ni maknanya memang tak ada return langsung. In non-earning asset. So therefore, we don't want this asset to be huge in values. We know it's important. So obviously, cash is important for the business. But again, if you remember the risk and return trade-off tadi, kita tak nak low level because it's going to have problems. Cash shortages tadi contohnya. But if we have too much, okay, high level pula, it's considered inefficient, non-productive. Okay, so again, this cash management will help you to determine what will be the best, okay, the best level. So cash importance in order for the companies to pay salaries, okay, all related to day-to-day operations. Okay, pay salaries, raw material, repayment to the suppliers, to pay loans and whatnot, right? And we can split the reasons of maintaining cash to 3 motives. Okay, 3 major motives. Okay, so previously when we talked about during final exam, soalan yang motives of holding cash ni very, very popular dulu lah. Okay, we have first reason, transaction motives. Okay, transaction motives. Number 2 is precautionary motives. Okay, and the third one is speculative motives. So I'm going to try to explain in short what does it mean, the three major motives here. So transaction. Okay, so this is a basic reason why the company needs to maintain cash. Okay, ingat this is major motives ataupun major reasons. Okay, why company needs to hold cash. Transaction basically, again, relates to their day-to-day operations. This transaction motive requires the company to make all of this payment I mentioned earlier. Okay, so they keep cash for their operations requirement. Okay, untuk bayar salary, okay, to pay their suppliers, okay, repayment of loans, all related to transaction. Okay, for their day-to-day operations. And basically without this, the company can operate. Okay, to pay utility bills. Okay, semua tu lah masuk dalam transaction motives. Second, okay, this is as precautionary. So the word precautionary tu dah already explained. This is for emergency purpose. Okay, kalau tadi ni for day to day juga day to day. Here for emergency. Okay, precautionary motives. The company keep aside a certain amount of cash as a buffer if there's any emergency happen. Okay, macam-macam lah. Kalau company maybe I don't know, machines breakdown, company katakanlah the machines dah out of warranty, so tiba-tiba problems, kena service ataupun they have to repair any breakdown. So they need some cash, for example. So that's the importance of precautionary. Sama macam kita juga as individual. Obviously, we need money for our daily activities, untuk kita punya transport, kita punya, I don't know, transport tu pun banyak. Okay, our fuel, our toll payments, right? And for food purposes, everything. Tu semua transaction. But again, we may keep aside a certain amount of money kalau ada apa-apa berlaku for our I don't know, for rainy days in the future. So kita simpan money for emergency purposes. Okay. So this one kita simpan, memang kita tak sure bila kita akan pakai. But again, we have to use it if there's any reason we have to use it lah. Selalunya melibatkan emergency. Right, and the third one is speculative. So speculative is quite similar like precautionary. We just gonna keep aside a certain amount of cash. Kita tak tahu bila kita nak pakai. But the difference between precautionary dengan speculative, we're going to use it for profit-making situation. Okay, we're going to try to make some returns, okay, or profits if there's any chance to it. Okay, so still kita akan simpan duit extra. Kita tak tahu guna untuk apa lagi. But if there's any profit-making situation, then we're going to use it. Okay, from business point of view, speculative ni maybe bila ada maybe discounts, okay, from the suppliers if you pay by cash, for example. So if you don't have enough cash, kita kena bayar guna credit. So credit selalunya tak ada discount. Okay, especially if you buy in bulk, okay, dalam kuantiti yang banyak, your suppliers might give you additional discounts. Okay, so if you don't have cash, you cannot grab this opportunity, because if you have discount on your cost untuk raw material, obviously you're going to sell the same price. So therefore, your profit margin will be slightly bigger. Okay, so that's profit making situation. Or maybe from investment point of view, there's investment opportunity. Okay, but again, if you don't have enough cash, you cannot take that opportunity lah. Okay, for speculative. So speculative basically for profit making. Okay, and all of this ada kat belakang ni, can read nanti. For transactions, for precautionary as a buffer, as I said, due to any risk and uncertainty, for emergency purposes, okay, and also for speculative. Okay, so all of these are for three different reasons lah. Okay, three different reasons. So as I said, cash management mainly concerned in maintaining enough liquidity. Okay, kalau ada problem with liquidity, we're going to have problem with insolvency because we cannot pay our obligations. And the company becomes insolvent, obviously they akan ada problems lah with that obligations. Okay, this one I dah mention banyak kali dah. The managers must find a right balance between holding too much or too little cash. Again, as I said, too little means they ada problem bayar obligations. Kalau too much, inefficient. Okay, inefficient. So this cash management technique will give us ideas, okay, how much actually the company required in maintaining the cash amount, okay, at any point of time. Okay, so reasons of efficient cash management, obviously, so that it will relate with collection procedures. Okay, every company yang bagi credit to customers need to have good collection procedures. Okay, or else they're gonna have problems collecting debts. Okay, maknanya dia akan ambil masa yang lama untuk collect debts. And when they have longer debt collection process, dia akan affect their cash management. So cash management melibatkan bukan hanya duit yang kita perlu bayar kepada suppliers. At the same time, obviously, the incoming money from our customers. Okay, from our customers. So dia akan go both ways lah, collections and also payment. Okay, from common sense point of view, when we talk about this collection and payment, obviously from cash management techniques point of view, kita akan try to do our collection as fast as possible. Okay, as fast as possible. But dari segi payment to creditors, we're going to try to delay as late as possible. Okay, bila kita kata late ni bukan bermaksud dia delay ataupun dia delay the payment beyond the deadline. Okay, remember setiap credit selalunya ada dia punya last date of payment. Okay, last date of payment. Right? Even kalau contohnya credit card kita pun kita ada last day untuk bayar kan. Kalau tak nanti gonna have penalty contohnya. Right? Sama juga dengan credit from our supplier contohnya. Supplier bagi kita barang raw material, dia akan bagi invoice bagi tahu bila last date nak bayar. Okay, so therefore from cash management technique point of view, we're gonna delay this as late as possible. Hari terakhir maybe. Okay, but not beyond that lah, sebab kalau dah lepas daripada date tu, dah consider non-payment. So bila non-payment, dia akan affect dia punya credit rating. So dia tak nak. Okay, we just gonna pay still within the time range, tetapi selambat mungkin. Tapi bila buat collection, dia nak encourage customer to bayar as fast as possible. So that's the technique yang kita akan apply kat dalam ni. Right? So yeah, to synchronize cash inflows and outflows. Teori ni I'm going to go straight to the technique lah. So the technique is actually called cash cycle. Okay, cash cycle. Okay, cash cycle. Right? And dalam cash cycle ni, they have 3 elements. Okay, kejap lagi sebenarnya dalam slide tu, tapi I explain first lah. The cash cycle, we have 3 elements. Okay, we have first, average age of inventory, AAI. Again, don't worry, I will explain one by one afterwards. Okay, average age of inventory. We have ACP, average collection period. And we have minus APP, okay, average payment period. So the formula is very straightforward, AAI plus ACP minus APP. Okay, itu je dia punya formula. And everything here, AI, ACP, APP, everything here is based on number of days dalam hari. Okay, so therefore our cash cycle will be in days. In days. Okay, contohnya 100 hari, 80 hari, whatever lah. After we minus AI and ACP, and then we minus APP. Okay, and if you notice here, the title starts with operating cycle. So operating cycle is actually part of cash cycle. So operating cycle consists of these first 2 parts in the part. AI plus ACP, this one. Okay, so the OC ataupun the operating cycle, which consists of AI and ACP, is the combination of AI plus ACP, which defined as the length of time between the purchase of raw material. Okay, so this is among the terms that we use when we define the cash cycle. Kita ambil into consideration the number of days in the situation whereby from the day we purchase raw material, okay, until the day we collect. Ini contohnya lah, collect of the sales from the finished goods. So the whole thing here consists of OC, but bear with me, we're not going to look at OC, operating cycle, but instead we're going to look at each and every one of these sections in order for us to calculate the CC. So dalam slide ni, page 8 ni, first I want you to focus on AAI, sebab AAI is the first element under cash cycle. So what does it mean by AAI? AAI stands for average age of inventory. Okay, purata jangka hayat inventory itulah. Right, so by definition, AAI refers to average length of time, okay, required to convert materials into finished goods and then sell them. Okay, or in other words, when we talk about conversion of materials into finished goods, bermaksud the whole time to produce, to process our material sampai dia jadi finished goods. So meaning, okay, dia atur scenarios kalaulah company itu relates with productions, so we're going to take from the day they purchase the raw material. Again, kita refer to this first part of OC tadi from the day they purchase raw material and then they produce their products sampai finished goods, and sampailah hari dia jual. Okay, the whole process tu is our AAI. Okay, on average average number of days taken from the day they purchase raw material until the day they sell their finished goods. Itulah AAI. Okay, by definition. So really important to identify by definition what does it mean by for AAI. Okay, I repeat, AAI stands for from the number of days taken from the day you purchase raw material until the day you sell the finished goods. Okay, sell saja tak termasuk collection. Sebab sometimes again, when you do sales, it can be credit sales. Okay, so it doesn't matter as long as the sales invoice keluar, we're going to take that cut off time. So customer bayar kemudian tu different story. Okay, that's actually part of collection, the second part. Tapi untuk AI sampai dijual je. Itu kalau dia production tapi kalau dia melibatkan I don't know, trading companies yang beli barang yang dah siap directly from suppliers, finished goods, they tak produce. Okay, so therefore AI stands for from the day they purchase their finished goods sampai dijual juga. So AI dia might be shorter lah because they don't involve any production. Okay, so that's AAI. Okay, and alternatively, we can find the AI average number of days by using this formula. So therefore AI can be found. Okay, macam mana nak cari AI? Simply by manually calculating the number of days taken. Okay, by this definition. Or we might have to use this formula. Okay, might tak semestinya kita kena kira. Okay, depends on question. But if you have to calculate, question will give you inventory values. Okay, just like what we have masa dalam balance sheet. The cost of goods sold. Okay, and this cost of goods sold we have to divide by 360. Okay, so this is the first part of cash cycle, AAI. Okay, I recap. In order to find AAI, we might need to calculate manually using this definition, or we might have to use this formula. Okay, depends on questions.
Nak tanya tu?
Boleh.
Inventory ni, maksudnya conversion satu set yang dia beli ke, satu barang je?
Sebab dia average kan, so dia ambil by batch lah. By batch.
Okay. Ini yang dia beli hari tu, kira yang tu lah.
Yes, betul. Okay, so next, the second one is ACP, collection. Okay, average collection period. So again, kalau you perasan average collection period, kita sebenarnya dah go through this dalam ratio sebelum ni. Okay, dalam ratio kita dah pernah buat punya formula, average collection period. So this average collection period, by definition, it means the average number of days taken by the customers to make their payments. Okay, to make their payments. So kalau kita combine tadi AI tadi kita stop sampai kita jual. So ACP is basically from the day they sell their goods until they receive their payment. Okay, so that's ACP. That's why dalam OC, operating cycle, bila they combine AI ACP is from the day they purchase sampai the day they receive their payments, okay, their collections. So untuk ACP, okay, again kita boleh guna definition ni untuk cari number of days manually, or we can use this formula. Okay, and this formula kalau you notice is very much similar macam apa yang kita belajar sebelum ni dalam ACP, kecuali there's element of credit sales kat sini. Okay, dalam ratio sebelum ni, we don't have credit sales, we just use sales in total. Okay, we take account receivables divide by sales. Okay, remember I pun boleh gunakan multiply 360 outside here. Okay, sama je macam sebelum ni. However, untuk ACP in this case, okay, dalam operating cycle, we're gonna focus only on credit. Okay, so in the question, you kena read the question carefully. Soalan either bagi you, okay, the total sales and then dia bagi credit portion of it. Or kalau dia tak bagi credit punya portion, we're gonna assume all sales will be credit. Okay, so anyhow, untuk ACP, we're gonna use credit sales. Okay, look for the credit section of the sales. Okay, soalan selalunya akan mention lah. Right. And on top of this ratio, okay, ratio, ACP juga boleh dicari lah. Kalau kita nak cari ACP ni dalam soalan, we can use what we call as credit term. Credit term. What does it mean by credit term? Credit term ni selalunya diberi oleh penjual kepada pembeli. Okay, so meaning as a business, you're gonna get a credit term from your suppliers, but suppliers sell goods to you, raw material to you. So the seller is your supplier and the company is the buyer. So you're gonna receive your credit term from your supplier. Itu satu. Secondly, we are switching position here. If the company sell their goods, finished goods to their customer, so now the company yang akan bagi credit terms to the customer, because now the company is the seller, their end customer will be their buyer. Okay, so there are two ways kat sini credit terms. From supplier and to customer. Okay, anyhow, credit term is from seller of goods to the buyer. So here I have one example of credit terms. So selalunya credit term ni dibagi macam-macam lah, tapi salah satunya maybe macam ni. Berbentuk macam ni contohnya. 210 net 30. So what does it mean? So here refers to discounts. Okay, discount, 2% discount. Okay, 2% discount. Okay, and in order to get this 2% discount, you have to make payment within 10 days. Okay, this is what we call as discount period. Okay, 10 days. Okay, in order to get 2% discount, you're gonna pay within 10 days. Okay, or else you're gonna pay in full net dalam tempoh 30 hari. So this is your credit period. Okay, so in total, you ada masa 30 hari maksimum untuk bayar. Tapi in order to encourage customer to pay early, dia bagi discount 2% if you pay within 10 days. Okay, so if we go back, if we go back to this technique of cash management, okay, where we're gonna apply this technique dalam kita punya calculation kejap lagi. Remember, when we talk about collection, so meaning this is credit terms from us to our customer, we're gonna try to get as fast as possible. Okay, we're gonna assume juga, we're gonna collect as fast as possible. And with regards to payment, so maknanya from us to our supplier, we're going to try to delay as late as possible, and we're gonna disregard even kalau ada discounts. Okay, so kita akan guna teknik ni So you kena faham konsep ni. We're gonna assume, yang paling penting kita kena assume kita akan gunakan teknik ni. For collection, kita akan try to collect as fast. Tapi untuk payment, we're gonna delay. Okay, so now we are actually looking from ACP, collection point of view. See, collection kan? So when we do collection, if we have credit terms, we're gonna assume that our customer will pay as fast as possible. Kita akan collect as fast as possible. So dalam 2 hari ni ada 10 dengan 30 hari ni. So we're gonna assume the collection will happen within 10 days. Okay, within 10 days. So kalaulah soalan bagi kita credit terms, we're gonna assume for collection, kita akan dapat collection within 10 days. Tak perlu calculate, tak perlu guna formula ni. We just gonna pick this 10 days as our ACP. Okay, this gonna be our ACP. Okay, kejap lagi contoh ada, I will explain again. Tapi yeah, there are 3 scenarios kat sini macam nak cari ACP. First, by definition. When I said by definition ni sebenarnya kalau tak mesti tak clear. Soalan akan bagi you 2 dates. Okay, and dates tu ikut definition lah. Dates apa? Contohnya dates dia purchase raw material, bila date dia jual, bila dates customer bayar. Okay, so we're going to calculate based on the dates. Okay, depending on the scenario and also the definition of EAI so far dengan ACP. Okay, that's number 1. Calculate manually number of days. Contohnya dari 1 hari bulan 1, dia beli raw material sampai dia jual 1st of April contohnya. So kita kena calculate lah berapa hari ni sebenarnya EAI dia. Contohnya lah. Okay, that's by manually calculations, by definition. Second, by formula. Macam tadi lah, AI ada formula dia. Now we have ACP juga. And third, untuk ACP saja AI tak akan ada credit term. Credit term only be 2 possible ways how to find it, by definition and also by formula. But for ACP, kita ada additional credit terms. Okay, and remember we have 2 ways tadi So one way is credit, which is from our, collection. This is from customer to us as a business. Kita ada collections. And jangan lupa kita ada juga credit terms from us to kita kena bayar to our supplier. So payment. So therefore, payment pun yang the next one nanti, yang ni APP ni pun mungkin ada credit terms. Okay, kita boleh guna credit term juga kat sini. Okay, kalau cuma tadi 210 net 30 tadi, we're gonna assume 10 days untuk ACP, but for payment period, we're gonna assume the 30 days ni. Okay, kebetulan I guna credit term yang sama tak semestinya sama pun. Because we have 2 different parties kat sini. This is from our supplier to us as a business. Okay, ini adalah kita punya obligation to payments. Okay, kalau tadi tu from customer to us, kita nak buat collections. So this is for payment. So untuk payment again, if you remember, teknik dia kita try to delay the payment as late as possible. So dalam credit terms ni ada 10 hari ataupun 30 hari. Okay, so we're gonna assume dia akan bayar pada hari terakhir. Okay, so 30 ni adalah our ACP. So kalau kita dapat credit terms lah. Or else, we're gonna use the formula. Okay, the formula is account payable, bukan receivable payables, divide by COGS by 360. Okay, so that's the second one. Or by definition, okay, average payment period is referring to the average number of days taken from the day they purchase raw material, go back to the purchase raw material, sampai the day dia bayar. The payment of raw materials. Okay, I recap Untuk AI tadi kalau you ingat, AI stands for from the day they purchase raw material sampai dia jual. Okay, the jual finished goods. But for APP, is from the day they purchase raw material until the day they make payments. Okay, payment to their suppliers. So that's why untuk cash cycle, okay, cash cycle, they're gonna take the OC minus APP ataupun yang macam saya tulis tadi lah, AI plus ACP minus the APP. Okay, so cash cycle is actually referring to the overall period between the time cash is paid to the suppliers until the day they receive your customers' payments. Okay, and it represents the amount of time the firm's resources are tied up. So bermaksud kat sini, the cash cycle ni adalah proses di mana dia punya amount of cash tu ataupun resources tu dah terikat dengan the whole process of activity. So the longer the CC, okay, the longer the cash cycle, dia akan menyebabkan lagi lama dia nak dapat balik dia punya cash tu. Proses untuk dapat cash tu, I can say slow lah. Okay, kalau number of days taken untuk cash cycle tu berlaku, if longer, so company might have problems with regards to cash. So maknanya dia perlukan cash yang banyak untuk sustain. Tapi kalau dia punya cash cycle tu in shorter basis, so maknanya dia punya recovery of cash tu cepat. Okay, so therefore amount of cash maintain tak perlu besar sebab dia punya cash cycle tu faster. Okay, so again I recap, untuk dapatkan cash cycle ataupun sometimes it's known as cash conversion cycle, it's AAI, okay, plus ACP minus APP. Okay. So in terms of strategies, sekejap lagi saya tunjuk some examples. The strategies yang kita akan guna pakai, similar like what I said earlier. Kita ada 3 elements AI, ACP, APP. So setiap satu ni kita akan implement our own strategies. Untuk AI, okay, inventory. Obviously kalau kita as a seller, kita nak inventory kita terjual secepat mungkin. Okay, so strategy number 1, to turn over inventory as quickly as possible. Very straightforward. Okay, kita try nak jual secepat mungkin. Number 1. Okay, so we're gonna have lower AAI. That's number 1. Untuk collection, again, macam saya cakap tadi, we're gonna do collection as soon as possible. So our ACP will be low as well. So AI rendah, ACP pun rendah. Okay, and untuk payment, macam saya cakap juga, we're gonna delay the payment as late as possible. Okay, and remember this without damaging the credit rating. Without damaging the credit rating. So kalau dia bagi sampai 30 hari, kita bayar 30, bukan hari ke-31, bukan hari ke-40. No. Sebab kalau you bayar selepas deadline, you're gonna affect your credit rating. So we don't want that. Kita still nak within the time frame tapi selambat mungkin. Okay, so by implementing shorter AI, shorter ACP, longer APP, we're gonna have the best lah. Okay, the best cash cycle. So we're gonna shorten our cash cycle. Okay, so before kita masuk the second part tu, maybe I tak sempat nak share soalan tapi kita boleh try certain question lah kat sini. Contohnya. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so kita tengok soalan first dulu. Okay, there's a company here, Kanda Trading, planning to purchase raw material on the 5th of April. So, dia dah bagi definition dia, purchase raw material on the 5th of April. And the payment will be on credit term net 60. So, dia dah ada credit term. So, kita tahu this credit term is from our supplier lah. Sebab supplier, kita beli daripada supplier and supplier bagi kita credit term net 60. So, bila ditulis net 60 bermaksud tak ada discount. Okay, maknanya tak ada bayar awal untuk dapatkan diskaun, dia cuma bagi, okay, maksimum 60 hari you kena bayar. Okay, the goods will be sold on the 4th of July 2017. So, dia beritahu juga by definition, goods akan dijual sampai 4th of July. Okay, so kita ada 2 dates kat sini. So, when we have 2 dates, most probably kita kena calculate manually salah satu elemen. Okay, AI ke, ACP ke, APP by definition. So, kita kena baca 2 dates ni referring to which category sebenarnya. Okay, and then dia bagi initial outlay and account receivable of companies 350,000 and 15,000 respectively. Annual sales 120,000 and dia bagi credit 60% is on credit. So remember salah satu formula tadi, we need to know the credit sales. Okay, so 120 ni is the total, only 60% is credit. Okay, so kita ada 3 benda yang kita kena calculate, but we're going to focus just on the cash cycle alone because cash turnover and MOC I tak explain lagi. So kita fokus on cash cycle je dulu. So remember, cash cycle consists of 3 elements: AAI, ACP, APP. Okay, so kita kena cari setiap satu ni. And based on this question, dia dia mix. Okay, dia mix. Remember, kita ada multiple ways to cari, ada by definition, by formula or by credit terms. So kalau you perasan kat sini, ada credit terms, ada in days, okay, ada juga nampak macam element of calculations. So we're gonna mix our ways to find each and every single of elements of cash cycle. So first kita tengok AAI. Again, kalau you ingat, AAI refers to the average number of days taken from the day they purchase raw material until the day they sell their goods. And this fit nicely on these 2 dates. Okay, dia bagi dates to purchase raw material on the 5th of April. Okay, mana AAI. Dia beli from the 5th of April, right, until the goods we sold on the 4th of July. Okay, 4th of July. So our task for AI just to cari the 2 dates. Perbezaan 2 hari ni. Okay, so how to find these 2 dates? Dia ada 2 cara. Kalau you ada calculator, specifically bukan normal calculators. If you have financial calculator, okay, if you have financial calculator, you can find the number of days using the days function. I ada financial calculator kat sini. If I insert the dates, katakan, okay, the first date is 5th of April, so 2017. And my second date will be July the 4th, 2017. Okay, and when I solve this, okay, based on calculators, I tak show you nampak ke tak. Okay, but based on my calculator here, the answer is 90 days. Okay, 90 hari. So that's how you find AAI. Okay, kalau you ada financial calculator. Okay, financial calculator, 90 days. Tapi kalau tak ada masalah, we can calculate manually. Okay, tapi in order to get this exact answer, okay, kita consistent jawapan ni, please follow through this process. Okay, kita kena calculate month by month. Okay, first kita tengok bulan pertama dia adalah berlaku dalam bulan April. Okay, 5th of April kat sini. So we're gonna put April dulu. Okay, so April, it starts from the 5th. Okay, 5th of April. And as you all know, April ada berapa hari? 30 hari kan? Okay, 30 hari. So we're gonna take 30 days minus 5th of April. So we have 25 days for April. Okay, again, this process yang kita buat ni in order to get the same answer based on our calculator. And then we have May. Okay, the whole month of May, kita ada 31 hari. Okay, whole month of May, kita tak payah kira lah, 31 hari. June, another 30 days. Sebab dia end dekat Julai. And July, okay, dia hanya berlaku 4 days. But it's end 4th of July kan. So kita hanya ambil 4 hari. So bila you total up semua ni, okay, you should get the same answer lah, 90 days. Okay, so again, if you have calculators, you boleh guna like this. Or else, please use this format lah in order to get the same answer. Or else nanti kita akan ada yang akan argue, okay, kenapa bukan 91 hari contohnya. Ada je yang akan kira. Tapi to make consistent, everyone dapat the same answer, we're going to stick with this format of calculations. Okay, since my answer selalunya menggunakan calculator lah sebab I guna calculator untuk cari number of days. Okay, so that's AAI. Okay, untuk soalan ni, AAI dia 90 hari. Itu je. Very straightforward, AAI 90 hari. Okay? Ada soalan ke? Alright, so kalau tak ada, next we're going to move on to the second element, which is ACP, Average Collection Period. And for collection period, again, kalau by definition, is from the day you sell sampai the day you receive payment. And this receive payment, dia tak bagi dates. Okay, we cannot use the same technique lah. Okay, we cannot use the same technique. Credit terms. We don't have credit terms from the business, from Kanda Trading ni, to their customer. No, they don't have that credit terms. Dia tak bagi. And so we left with the last one, which is formula. So kalau you ingat formula untuk ACP is account receivable divided by credit term, okay, by 360. Okay, again 360 ni you boleh bagi kat bawah ataupun you boleh darab kat luar. So for me, I akan darab kat luar je. So our account receivable dalam soalan ni is 15,000. Okay, ingat yang the first part initial outlay ni yang 350,000. Okay, kita nak account receivable. Account receivable dia adalah 15,000. So we're going to put 15,000 of account receivable, and the credit term, credit sales. And the sales in total is 120,000, and the credit is 60% of it. So 120,000 darablah dengan 60%. Dapatlah kita the credit sales, and multiply by 360. So 120,000 times 60% adalah 72,000. Okay, kat bawah ni sebenarnya 72,000. So 15,000 divided by 72,000 times 360. Our ACP here is 75 days. Okay, 75 days. Okay, by the way, semua ni dalam hari All of these are in days. Kalau ni pun in days. Right, so AI 90 days, our ACP is 75 days. Okay, 75 days. So kita ambil lah 75 days ni plus with AI. Okay, we left with one more, the APP. Again, untuk APP ada 3 option juga by calculating based on dates, second based by formula, or third by credit terms. So again, kalau you perasan, the payment dibagi dalam credit term. Okay, the payment will be on the credit term, net 60. And if you recall, kita punya teknik tadi, kita akan delay the payment as late as possible. So dalam case ni, kita akan bayar pada hari terakhir lah. Kita akan assume dia bayar pada hari ke-60. So you're going to put APP sebagai 60 days. So 90 plus 75 minus 60. So our cash cycle is 105 days. Okay, 105 days. That's it. Itu je sebenarnya nak cari. The first part, the cash cycle. Okay, 105 days. Okay, boleh ke? So this is our first part to find the cash cycle. We have 3 elements, AI, ACP, and also APP. So in this case, APP kita tak perlu calculate, we just pick straight from the question. Okay, cuma soalan ni agak simple sebab dia bagi satu je credit terms, so you don't get confused. Sebab certain question dia mungkin bagi you 2 credit terms. Okay, so you kena tahu nak guna yang mana satu. Right? So that's our first part of cash cycle. So once you have this cash cycle, next we're going to find actually the cash turnover. So ni the second part, cash turnover. Ataupun in short, selalunya kita letak CTO lah, cash turnover. Okay. So as I said, the cash cycle ni, the longer you have cash, the cash cycle, the longer for you untuk dapatkan balik your cash. So it's actually better to have a shorter cash cycle. Okay. Therefore, untuk measure cash turnover ni, kita nak tahu dalam setahun, okay, in a year, how many times the company akan do the cash turnover. Okay, so again, bila kita punya cash cycle shorter, kita punya turnover akan jadi lagi banyak lah. So the longer your cash cycle, the less your cash will be turnover. Okay, again, bila kita cerita pasal cash turnover, kita nak cash turnover kita sebanyak mungkin dalam setahun so that kita punya cash akan balik kepada kita dalam tempoh yang cepat, faster. Okay, so these measurements straightforward je sebenarnya formula dia. The cash turnover is based on 360. Okay, again, 360 ni fix and we divide with the cash cycle. Okay, from our first task tadi, kita cari cash cycle, kita just ambil 360 divide by the cash cycle. Okay, and our answer nanti akan dapat dalam tempoh dalam bentuk times, how many times in a year. Okay, this cash will be turned over. Okay, so therefore untuk CTO ni satu je kekurangan dia dari segi you lah as a penjawab soalan. Kalau your cash cycle is wrong, based on your first step is wrong, okay, salah satu elemen AI ke ACP or APP salah, and end up your cash cycle salah, so therefore the calculation of CTO will be wrong as well. Okay, so please be careful in your first step to find the cash cycles. But step number 2 dengan step number 3 kemudian will rely on our very first step. So kalau first step tu dah salah, our second and final step will be wrong. Okay, bila salah tu memang tak ada markah langsung CTO, cash turnover, and the third step nanti unfortunately will be no marks at all. Tapi untuk first step, katakanlah kita ada 4 kan, kita ada cash cycle, AI, ACP and APP. So kalau lah daripada 4 ni salah satu je, so still you will get marks kat situ. Tapi bila salah satu, automatically the cash cycle akan salah. So once the cash cycle salah, our cash turnover and the last one nanti MOC akan salah jugalah. Okay, so be careful. So that's it. Cash turnover formula dia simple, 360 divided by cash cycle to get this CTO, and this CTO will be carried forward to our third step. Okay, our third step is to find the minimum operating cash, or as I said tadi, MOC. Okay, and this MOC will determine how many cash atau how much cash the company needs to maintain. Okay, so the firm cash cycle directly affect the amount of cash required, and this amount represent the minimum that the company needs to maintain in order to avoid any cash shortages. So MOC ni akan determine minimum dia berapa, and you as a business, you boleh decide lah. Okay, kalau nak maintain minimum, that will be the minimum amount. Tapi kalau you nak keep aside a certain amount of money for emergency, you put a bit more lah contohnya. Alright. Tapi tak boleh kurang daripada MOC ni. Okay, kalau kurang daripada MOC, that you're gonna have a problem. Okay, so MOC formula dia is cash outlay. So that's why dalam soalan tadi dia bagi you cash outlay, and we have to divide by the cash turnover that we get from second step, third step yang terakhir. Okay, annual cash outlay divided by cash turnover from our second step. So again, like I said, if you have wrong CTO, cash turnover, your third step here, MOC, will be wrong as well. Okay, unfortunately. So if we go back to the same question that we did just now, so kita dah buat number 1. Okay, the cash cycle 105 hari. Okay, so for our second step, okay, to find the cash turnover, okay, cash turnover, dia akan always go through this same question maksudnya dia punya steps tu mesti cash cycle, cash turnover, MOC. Tak mungkin dia jumble up sebab first step memang cari cash cycle, second cash turnover, last MOC. So for cash turnover 360, which is a fixed amount, bahagi dengan our cash cycle. So our cash cycle from our first step is 105. Okay, 105. So 360 divided by 105, we have here 3 points. I take 2 decimal lah, 3.43 times. Okay, 3.43 times. Okay, and the third step is to find the minimum operating cash, MOC. Okay, minimum operating cash. We need to know the outlay. So the initial outlay is 350,000. Okay, 350,000. Okay, and our CTO kita dapat tadi 3.43. 350,000, sorry, 350,000 divided by 3.43. So here the MOC dalam ringgit lah sebab kita tak tahu berapa minimum cash. So the minimum cash that they need to maintain is 102,040 ringgit and 82 cents. Okay, I just use ringgit and cent kat sini lah. Okay, so this would be the minimum operating cash that they needs to maintain. Okay, they need to maintain. So any cycle, they need to maintain this much. Kalau tak, dia akan ada problems with cash payments. So that's it. That's how we find MOC, which is actually kita nak cari inilah sebenarnya. Tapi in order to find the MOC, first we need to define our cash cycle, then find the cash turnover, and from there we know how much money that we need to maintain at any cycle lah, at any cycle. Okay. So all of this, kalau you nampak apa yang ada dekat my whiteboard ni, equivalent to about 8 marks selalunya, 8 markah. Okay, from cash cycle to CTO to MOC, in total 8 markah just on this alone. Okay, boleh ke?
Boleh.
Alright, good.
Boleh
So,
je.
yeah. So kalau tak ada soalan, let's take a quick break. Okay, nak try ada soalan ke? Okay, I'm gonna leave question number 2 ni kalau you tengok kat sini. Sambil break ni kalau you rajin you boleh buat question number 2. Kalau sempat nanti kita discuss question number 2. Besarkan sikit. Okay, you can try question number 2 sambil break ni. Okay, kita akan reconnect balik after 5 minutes break macam tu lah. Okay, so hopefully nampak ni question number 2. Okay, so I think soalan ni lebih kurang sama macam yang I buat tadi, obviously with the different figures lah. So you can try and we're gonna discuss this after the break. Okay. Okay. So if you're going to try this second question, new page. Okay, so for the second question, Ms. Umi Nazira is planning to determine the MOC to reduce cost of investments. And currently they are holding 80,000 cash on average. The firms purchase raw material on the 5th of Jan, and the payment will be on the credit 610 at 40. The goods will be sold on the 15th of Feb. Okay, sekejap je. So as you can see here, again, similar like before, to find the cash cycle, which consists of, again, AAI plus ACP minus APP. So for AI, again, we're going to use the two dates here from 5th of Jan until 15th of Feb. Right, and then they gave us information about the sales of goods, 60,000, account receivable, 20,000, and outlay 600,000. Okay, again, and this question, slightly different because the sales, they just give us 60,000 without the credit section, just like what we have in question number 1. So therefore, we're going to assume the 60,000 will be the total credit sales. Okay, sebab kita tak ada, dia tak bagi credit section. So we're going to assume the 60,000 to be our credit sales. So for AAI number 1, okay, untuk AAI, we know it's from berapa bulan tadi? 5th of Jan until 15. Okay, 15 of Feb. Okay. Untuk soalan ni, there's a slight different a bit. A slight different. Kalau you perasan dalam bracket ni, dia suruh kita assume 360 days in a year. So when we talk about 360 days in a year, kena assume kalau 360 sehari, sehari pula, setahun, 360 in a year. So on average, a month would be 30 hari. Okay, 30 hari in a month. So dalam calculator ni, okay, in this calculator, we have two set of dates. Dia ada dua set mode 1, 360, mode 2, 365. Okay, tadi I guna 365 because the question doesn't specify about that. But for this question, dia suruh kita guna 360. Okay, 360. So when we change to 360, so I get here 40 days. Okay, 40 days. So what does it mean? For Jan, kita akan kira on average sebulan 30 hari is, so 30 hari tolak 5 is 25. So for Feb, dia sampai 15 hari bulan, 15. So therefore 40 days. Okay, 40 days. So AI dia adalah 40 hari. Right? For ACP, account receivable dia is 20,000. The sales 60,000 times 360 juga. So 20 divided by 60 times 360. So ACP dia 120 days. Okay, 120. Collection dia yang lama. Okay. And for APP, again, we use the credit terms. So remember, untuk soalan ni dia bagi full 610 net 40. So when we talk about payment, we're gonna delay as late as possible. So the payment will happen in the day number 40. Okay, so we minus 40 lah. So the the CC cash cycle is 120 days. Okay, 120 days. Soalan ke? Test tu tak. Ni topik ini yang cakap tadi 5, 6 and 7 dia masuk dalam assignment je. Okay, assignment sahaja. Okay, individual and also the online quiz. Okay, individual assignment tu calculation. Term 610 tu apa? 610 macam cakap tadi lah. Kalau tadi 210 net 30 kan, dalam case ni dia 610 net 40 tadi 610 net 40. So what does it mean? 610 bermaksud 6% discount. Okay, kalau dibayar dalam masa 10 hari. Or else dia akan bayar full net within 40 days. Okay, and as I said, the payment technique kita try to delay. So maknanya kita akan ignore je 6% discount ni dalam masa 10 hari ni. Instead, we're gonna pay as late as possible, which is hari yang ke-40. So we're gonna take 40 days as our APP tadi lah. Okay, so 610 ni maksudnya 6% discount if you pay within 10 days. Okay, ni semua kena baca together Ini sampai sini. You have to read it together, 610 net 40. Sama macam yang tadi. So once you have CC 120, so this is our first one. So the second is to find the CTO, cash turnover. So cash turnover 360 divided by 120, kita dapat 3 times. Okay, exactly 3 times. And the third one, the MOC, the outlay will be 600,000. Okay, 600,000. And our outlay is 3. 600 ke 600,000 kan? Okay, so in this case, the MOC is 200,000. Okay, so the 200,000 is the required amount. So based on this, tapi dia tak suruh komen tapi kalau you compare the minimum amount that they have against the amount of cash yang they maintain, 80,000 ni, obviously this 80,000 is not enough actually. This 80,000, the current practice is not enough. Okay, the minimum is 200,000. Okay. Alright, so that's how we solve the second question. Okay, ni the whole answer ni question cash cycle, cash turnover, and also MOC. Okay, boleh So that's cash cycle ataupun cash management. Okay, dia ada exercise kat belakang ni, dalam ni, you can try later. Sebab ni dah ada jawapan You can try. For marketable securities, the next one marketable securities ni, as you all know, this is actually refers to short-term investment. Okay, marketable securities refers to short-term investment. So untuk untuk section ni 6.2 ni, it's all theory. Okay, again similar like cash, why company needs to maintain marketable securities, what are the definition of marketable securities, right? Semua ada kat dalam ni. I just want to highlight, kalau tadi reasons why we have cash is for 3 reasons. For marketable securities, reason dia kenapa? Obviously as a substitute of cash, sebab marketable securities refers to short-term investment So maknanya when we talk about investment, the returns obviously akan ada return lah as compared to cash yang kita tak ada returns. So meaning if you have a certain amount of cash, okay, and kita dah buat cash management tadi, we know how much cash required. So the leftovers tu kita boleh put in marketable securities, short-term investment. Okay, so therefore kita akan dapat again certain return lah. Instead of zero, kita boleh dapat juga some returns. And kalau kita perlukan emergency, kita boleh withdraw balik. Okay, that's why usually for short-term investment ni ataupun marketable securities, dia mungkin tak se-liquid cash, but still consider liquid. Okay, and this is also can be used as temporary investment. Okay, temporary. Sebab kita tahu certain times of year mungkin kita ada access, kita boleh invest short term basis 2-3 bulan. And then bila seasonal tu datang balik for cash requirement, kita withdraw balik. Okay. So contoh paling senang salah satunya mungkin FD lah. FD mungkin boleh as marketable securities but short term je. Some FD kita boleh buat short term basis or any types of investment in money market maybe. Contoh jugalah marketable securities. Okay, so yang the rest ni I hope you try baca sebab ni memang teori saja. And marketable securities ada dua jenis, private and government. So private, among others, bank lah yang issue marketable securities. And selain daripada tu, government. Okay, government issues. Right, so I tak nak go through in details. Nanti boleh baca ada contoh-contohnya untuk marketable securities. So the final half an hour ni pula, I'm going to try to go to the next topic, which is topic 7. Okay. And this would be our final topic related to working capital management. Okay, the final two working capital we're going to discuss here is account receivable dengan inventory. So again, walaupun ada dua kat sini, yang ada calculation hanyalah inventory management. Okay, so for account receivable, again, I hope you please try to read. So account receivable ni, as you all know, kita pernah discuss tadi dalam earlier parts cash management ada account receivable kan. So account receivable happen from your credit sales to customer. So maknanya kat sini how to manage this account receivable ataupun how to manage customer punya hutang dengan kita lah. Okay, so account receivable basically related to collection process. Collection. So please read the collection punya process kat sini. So dia ada 3 sections. Okay, for the credit policy ni kita ada 3 section. The credit standards, macam mana nak determine first step sebelum kita bagi credit to customer, kita kena letak some standards. So in this case selalunya kita rely on the 5 C's. Okay, 5 C's of credit standards. Ada kat belakang tu kejap lagi. So once kita dah filter our customer, siapa yang layak based on this credit standard, kita baru extend the credit and we give them credit terms. Remember tadi contoh ada 210 net 30 tu. So this is example of credit terms, ataupun kalau tak nak bagi discount, just net 60 just like the question. This is also a form of credit terms. So you bagi credit terms to your customer, and if you want to encourage them to pay early, you letaklah some discount. Okay, give them some discount. Obviously they try to pay as fast as possible. Okay. Okay. And once you give them credit terms, what you need to do is to monitor lah the payment. So collection activity ni akan berlaku especially with regards to steps needs to be taken kalau customer tak bayar. Kalau customer bayar, no issues. Kita boleh tutup terus account tu lepas dia dah bayar. However, if the customer tak bayar, kita kena do some collection activities lah. So contohnya, you're gonna send reminder. So you kena remind first. Okay, you kena bagi reminder for customer untuk buat payment. Kalau dah remind dia tak bayar juga, you need to follow up. Okay, follow up. So reminder ni mungkin sekarang kita boleh just email ataupun text ataupun bagi copy of invoice, kata okay, you dah beli barang daripada kita. Reminder, selalunya remindernya mungkin berlaku sebelum actual date lah. Mungkin. Tapi kalau normal customer, mungkin you akan remind kalau dia dah tak bayar on that day itself. Dia akan hantar reminder. Okay, you bagi new dates untuk bayar. Reminder selalunya kita akan bagi masa lah. Mungkin 1 week maybe. Tapi lepas you dah remind, still tak bayar, you have to follow up. Okay, now mungkin kalau tadi you hantar email je, now you kena call mungkin. Ataupun mungkin boleh buat personal visit kalau you nak. Alright, follow up. Okay, and usually follow up pun kita akan bagi additional days lagi untuk buat payments. Okay, tapi kalau still tak buat payment after follow up, the third step kita kena take drastic action. So drastic action ni sama ada kita guna debt collector. Okay, kita boleh guna debt collector kalau kita nak. Okay, or kalau value dia terlalu besar, okay, kita boleh use legal action. So selain daripada legal action, mungkin kalau value dia tak terlalu besar, you blacklist je diorang. Okay, blacklist pun boleh. Okay, kita ada macam CTOS for example, kita boleh masukkan their names in the CTOS so that kalau lepas ni dia nak buat further credit, dia akan ada problems lah sebab nama dia dah di blacklist dalam CTOS contohnya lah. So ni semua boleh dilakukan for drastic action. So maknanya kita kena go through step by step. Tak boleh lah sehari tak payah terus blacklist You have to go through the reminder process, the follow up, and lastly baru drastic action. So all of this ada dimension kat dalam slide ni. Okay, 5 C's ni 5 credit 5 C's of credit. Dalam kes ni 6 tambah satu lagi. So you boleh baca setiap satu. C's tu sebab setiap satu ataupun every items ni starts with C. Character, capacity, capital, conditions, collateral and coverage. So all of this ada kat dalam ni, boleh read on your own. Very straightforward. So all of this criteria kena comply. Sebagai pemberi kredit, you kena make sure every customer to comply baru you bagi credit to them. Sama macam kalau you kerja kat bank lah kan, you buat credit processing, you nak tengok dia meet your credit profile ataupun tak, then kalau approved, barulah kita bagi credit terms. Okay, ni contoh-contoh yang ada selain daripada yang net 30 lah, to 10 net 30 lah, so ada contoh-contoh kat dalam ni. And once you dah bagi, you monitor the payment, so kalau tak bagi payment, the collection process. Yang I cerita tadi lah, the 3 stages, reminder, follow up dengan drastic. Okay, 1 minute kat cerita ni tadi. So 5 minutes, okay, not bad. So the one that I'm going to focus next is the inventory management. Okay, the final part of our current assets. Inventory, okay, stocks. So here, inventory can be categorized into 3. Okay, raw material, WIP, work in progress, and finished goods. And all of these are considered as inventory. Setiap satu level of process ni adalah inventory. Okay, termasuklah raw material, the basic material you purchase from your suppliers, pre-production. Okay, once you produce, kalau dia partially finished, kita panggil dia work in progress ataupun partly finished goods ataupun partially finished goods. Okay, so kita selalu jarang jual work in progress. Okay, ni adalah proses sebelum dia siap. And once kita process further, it's going to be our finished goods. And these finished goods will be sold to the customer. Okay, so all levels are considered as inventory. Okay, and this inventory is really, really important as part of your production. Okay, production process. So if you don't maintain your inventory properly, you akan ada banyak problems lah. Among others, you're gonna face stock out, ataupun dalam bahasa yang selalu kita dengar, out of stock. Okay, kalau stock out bermaksud we have problems. Kalau dari segi productionnya, raw material tak cukup, dia akan delay the productions. So as I said earlier tadi dalam satu senario tadi, if you have problem with production, dia akan delay, and obviously you're gonna have less finished goods. Bila less finished goods, you have less sales, less income. Okay. And in inventory management, the technique yang kita akan guna pakai dipanggil EOQ, EOQ model. Siapa yang dah ambil? Saya tak tahu, mungkin tak ambil lagi kot, ataupun pernah ambil before this. Operation management. Mungkin akan go through the same process inventory ni. Panggil economic order quantity. EOQ tu stands for economic order quantity ataupun EOQ in short. Okay, this model will determine, okay, berapa banyak kita perlu order. Okay, because when we talk about inventory management, dia melibatkan cost. Okay, kita nak try to maintain our operation at lowest cost. Okay, so kejap lagi you nampak cost dia terbahagi kepada dua. Cost dia, yep. Kita ada ordering cost. Okay, number one. Dan kita ada ordering dengan kita panggil apa lah, maintaining cost tu. Okay, cost to maintain. I lupa nama term sekejap lagi kita tengok. Okay, so we have two costs. Okay, cost untuk order. Another one is cost to maintain. Okay, cost to maintain the inventory. So when we talk about inventory management ataupun EOQ, we try to maintain these two costs at the lowest level. Okay, cuma when we talk about ordering dengan maintaining cost ni, dia punya relationship dia inverse. Inverse bermaksud bila kita ada high ordering cost, kita punya maintaining cost selalunya akan rendah. Tapi kalau ordering cost kita rendah, our maintaining cost akan jadi tinggi. Okay, so therefore, again, the process of balancing. Okay, so that's why we use this model untuk balance, find the balance which cost kita boleh maintain at the lower at the middle level, so that kita punya overall cost will be at the lowest point. Okay, selain daripada itu, the inventory management akan make sure kita ada sufficient inventories. Okay, sufficient inventories. So kita nak elakkan stock out tadi. Dia ada satu calculation yang boleh digunakan lah untuk make sure dia tak akan face stock out. Okay, carrying cost. Okay, the other one is carrying cost. So satu is ordering cost, the other one is carrying cost. So untuk carrying cost, cost to maintain as I said tadi, so semua cost yang melibatkan how to maintain, how to storage ataupun how to make sure the stocks intact. Okay, contoh-contoh cost untuk bayar storage, insurance cost, kalau barang tu berharga, your stock is expensive. Kalau production you kereta contohnya, mesti kena ada insurance kan, takut accident ke whatever, hilang ke barang, you need to have insurance cost. Cost untuk whatever cost yang melibatkan invested capital, you kena ada beli new machines contohnya untuk operate the area contohnya, semua itulah masuk dalam cost of carrying. Okay, bayar gaji pekerja, security. Okay, bayar nak beli cost invested capital, mungkin nak beli CCTV baru, semua masuk dalam ni lah, cost to carrying, to maintain. Okay, and this carrying cost will be based on cost per unit basis. Okay, per unit selalunya per year. Okay, sebab dia for a specified time period, selalunya cost per unit and per year basis. Okay, so kita akan calculate based on 1 unit, 1 year. Okay, carrying cost. So the other part of cost for inventory is ordering cost. This is very straightforward, cost untuk buat order. So kalau carrying cost tadi is more on variable, so lagi banyak you order, lagi tinggi your cost. Okay, ataupun lagi banyak you maintain ataupun you maintain your cost, your inventory, lagi tinggi your cost. Maknanya kalau you maintain banyak stocks, you kena perlu invest more carrying cost. Tapi kalau you maintain sikit, your carrying cost akan jadi sikit. Okay, tapi kalau untuk ordering cost, it's gonna be fixed. Okay, you beli banyak ke beli sikit ke, the cost will be the same per order, cost per order. So cost dia termasuklah cost for processing fee. Sometimes your supplier charge processing fees or charge you delivery charges. Tu semua masuk dalam ordering cost lah. Setiap kali order, you kena bayar delivery charges so and so ringgit. Okay, cost yang lain termasuklah stationery ni maybe minimal lah, telefon ke typing, mailing ni maybe not that expensive, tapi cost for processing and cost for delivery mungkin akan melibatkan cost yang agak tinggi depending on your products. So our task is to balance between the carrying and ordering. Macam saya cakap tadi lah, senario pertama, if you order in bulk dalam kuantiti yang besar, your ordering akan rendah sebab you tak perlu order kerap. You dah order banyak kan, tak perlu order kerap, right? Tetapi bila you order besar in big quantity, you need a bigger storage contohnya. So your ordering cost akan rendah sebab tak perlu order kerap, tetapi your carrying cost will be more because you need bigger space. And at the same time, if you second scenario, if you order less, maknanya ordering cost you order banyak kali in smaller quantity tapi banyak kali, so your ordering cost will be more sebab you kena order kerap but your carrying cost will be smaller sebab you tak perlu bigger space. Okay, just imagine like yourself lah, kalau beli shopping groceries, jangan ambil time sekarang tak valid, tapi normal case kita boleh ada dua option. Kita nak beli groceries kita sebulan sekali ataupun seminggu sekali contohnya. Kalau sebulan sekali, you akan beli sekali banyak lah. And bila beli sekali banyak, you need bigger space. Your fridge kena besar. You might have additional freezer contohnya untuk store your groceries, especially yang benda yang kita boleh freeze kan. Tapi kalau you yang jenis beli seminggu sekali, you don't need bigger space. Tapi you kena kerap pergi membeli lah. So that's the analogy that I can use between ordering dengan carrying cost. So dia inverse. Okay, so mana satu yang lagi baik? Kita tak ada jawapan yang pasti selain daripada kita kena calculate. Okay, we have calculation for this. Okay, so the carrying cost, untuk cari the total carrying cost, formula dia would be total carrying cost. The carrying cost is based on the carrying cost per unit. Okay, in short kita letak C multiply with average inventory. Okay, average inventory. Okay, average inventory is based on dalam bracket Q divided by 2 plus SS. Okay, Q tu sendiri tak ajar, kejap Ila explain. Q ni is the EOQ, the order quantity, divided by 2 plus SS. SS stands for safety stock. Safety stock ni macam, again, macam reserve lah, reserve of stocks. Okay, as a reserve. So total carrying cost is cost per unit darab average inventory. So what is average inventory? Is Q divided by 2 plus SS. Then kita dapat total carrying cost. And untuk ordering cost, formula dia would be O. O here refers to order cost untuk setiap order per order. Multiply with number of orders per year. So number of orders per year is D divided by Q. D here refers to annual demand. Q refers to the EOQ yang kita nak akan calculate. Okay, I carry forward sekejap benda ni. Sepatutnya you gonna see the TCC dengan TOC ni selepas kita buat Q. Okay, kalau you nampak kat sini, both requires Q, but we don't have Q yet. So the very first part is actually to find the EOQ. Okay, ataupun in short, Q. So EOQ formula dia adalah 2DO divide by C, okay, square root 2DO. So 2DO ni maksud 2 darab D. D tu adalah annual demand. Darab O. O tu is ordering cost per order. Bahagi dengan C. So what is C? C is carrying cost per unit. Okay, square root. Then kita akan dapat Q. So once we have this Q, we're gonna use this Q in the respective TCC dengan TOC. Okay, jangan risau, sekejap lagi kita akan go through again one by one. So dalam slide ni macam ada soalan ke?
Sir, boleh tak Sir ulang balik D tu apa, O tu apa? Okay,
so untuk EOQ ulang balik 2 ni memang fix 2 tu memang dalam part of formula, memang always 2. Darab dengan D, D tu refers to annual demand. Annual demand ataupun annual usage required of the company. Ataupun annual sales. Tengok soalan soalan dia guna perkataan usage. They might use the word demand ataupun sales. Untuk setahun. Okay, annually, D So kat bawah ni pun ada D, tu refers to usage, demand ataupun sales per year. So that's D. Darab dengan O. So 2 darab D darab O tak darab mungkin kalau nak. Darab kat sini tak buat. 2 times D times O. O refers to ordering cost per order. So O tu ada kat sini. Show ni nampak. Lihat atas sekejap. Okay, O tu is ordering cost ni. Order cost per order. So untuk D dengan O ni dia akan bagi dalam soalan, don't worry. Dia akan bagi dalam soalan. Together with C. C is carrying cost per unit. Okay, carrying cost per unit. So I recap, formula dia adalah 2 darab D darab O bahagi C punca kuasa 2 square root. Okay, so you akan dapat EOQ ni dalam bentuk unit. So EOQ ni will determine how many stocks you need to order. Every time you kena order banyak tu in order to minimize our inventory cost. Apa inventory cost kita? Dua ni lah, carrying and also ordering cost. By using this EOQ, kita akan dapat satu combination of TCC and TOC bila kita combine at the lowest point. You order lebih daripada recommended EOQ menyebabkan kita punya salah satu ni naik. Kalau kita order kurang daripada ni, akan menyebabkan salah satu ni naik juga. Okay, so this EOQ will be the best. So kalau dalam graph tu, dia akan dekat equilibrium point dia. Okay, but we don't go into detail lah in terms of graph and whatnot. Tapi secara matematiknya, this EOQ will give us the lowest point of inventory cost. Okay, what does it mean by inventory cost? Cost untuk kedua-dua ni. Carrying plus ordering cost. Okay. Tak apa, sekejap lagi kita akan try to answer one question at least. So once kita ada EOQ, kita boleh calculate the TCC and also TOC. So total inventory cost, TIC, total inventory cost is consists of TCC plus TOC. Okay, TCC, TOC nampak macam separate kat sini tapi sebenarnya kita kena add these two untuk dapatkan total inventory cost. Okay, so ada dua formula dah. Kita ada EOQ, formula dia 2 times D times O divided by C square root. And TIC is consists of total carrying cost, which based on this formula, C times Q divided by 2 plus SS. And TOC is O times D divided by Q. Okay, and partial of this section dalam carrying cost dan ordering cost, ada dua elemen yang mungkin ditanya dalam soalan. Okay, mungkin ditanya. First is average inventory. So soalan boleh suruh cari, find the average inventory. So average inventory, kalau tengok dalam formula ni, is actually the one in the bracket. So the one in the bracket is average inventory. So kalau soalan suruh cari, calculate the average inventory, is actually Q divided by 2 plus SS. Okay, that's our average inventory, Q divided by 2 plus safety stock. Okay, remember safety stock is reserve. Policy lah as a company, dia kena simpan reserve as a emergency. Kalau lah ada delay in delivery, dia ada safety stock. Okay, so again, soalan akan mention about safety stocks. And satu lagi, soalan mungkin suruh cari what will be the number of orders per year ataupun the frequency of orders per year. So again, kalau soalan tanya tu, is the one in the bracket. Okay, D divided by Q. Okay, so ada 1, 2, 3 and 4 questions. 4 formulas yang kita boleh guna pakai for inventory management. Okay, cuma ada satu lagi je. Okay, satu lagi saja. Kejap lagi saya tunjuk. Here TIC macam saya cakap tadi is combination of ordering cost plus carrying cost. I recap balik formula dia kat dalam ni. Okay, safety stock pun ada check up macam as a reserve as a policy to protect from stock out. Kalau ada either unanticipated demand ataupun ada delay in delivery, kita ada reserve. And the last one, okay, the last one is reorder points. Okay, reorder point ataupun in short ROP. So reorder point will give indicators to the company in when is the best time for you to reorder. Okay, reorder point. So dia macam tracking system lah. You ada stock banyak ni, so you akan guna on daily basis. Bila reach a certain level, that's indication for you to reorder. Okay, so for reorder points, the formula is lead time. Lead time ni bermaksud delivery time. Delivery time taken from your supplier untuk buat delivery, how many days, multiply with daily usage. Okay, daily usage. And in order to get this daily usage, kita ada annual demand tadi annual usage. So kita kena bahagi dengan daily. Okay, maknanya setahun 360 hari kita assume. So we're going to divide by 360. Okay, plus safety stocks. So the one yang kat bawah ni, we're going to use this for our ROP, reorder points. Lead time, darab daily usage, dalam bracket, darab dulu, and then plus dengan safety stocks. Okay, so let's try some question. Hopefully ada soalan last year ni. Yeah, last year. Random je, tengok ada tak 2018 ni. So kita kena go back way earlier sebab soalan yang 5 tu dia jarang ditanya. So hopefully soalan ni ada. Okay, ni soalan nombor 4 Question number 4. Tapi ni guna week je tak nak guna soalan ni. Sebab this is first question. Tak apalah, kita guna je lah soalan tadi. Cari kan, buang masa. Okay. I use December 2015 punya question sebab masa 6 soalan ni dia appear in final. Tapi bila start 5 soalan tu, most probably kita masa tu kita guna test lah. Test ataupun assignment untuk measure your understanding of this topic. Okay, dia tak masuk final. Starting 2016 onwards. Okay, sekarang lagi tak masuk final lah sebab memang tak ada final kan. Okay, anyway. So ni contoh soalan. Okay, walaupun soalan dia tanya 3 kan, hanya optimal level ni, this is your EOQ, what is the total inventory, and also the reorder point. Tapi I akan tunjuk you the maximum 5 question dia boleh tanya. So ada 2 additional, dia boleh tanya average inventory macam saya cakap tadi, and also frequency of orders. Okay, so untuk soalan question number 4 here, this is again December 2015 So kalau you tak ada, I pun tak ingat I upload sampai December 2015 ke tak, tapi you boleh masuk dalam EQPS EQPS tu you boleh download questions. So this question number 4A, dia bagi Syawal Sdn Bhd annual sales are 42,000. Okay, so this 42,000 annual, so this is our D. Okay, this is our annual demand. The cost of placing an order, so we know ordering cost kat sini adalah RM54. So this is our ordering cost, our O. And it takes 2 weeks to arrive. Okay, so this is our lead time, L, lead time. Okay, it offers lowest price. Syawal Sdn Bhd offers lowest price which is 650. So this is the cost, 650. Kalau kita guna ke tak, but the carrying cost is 360. So this is our carrying cost C. Order should be placed in multiple of 10. Okay, I can explain what does it mean by multiple of 10 ni. Maknanya you nak kena order dalam gandaan 10. You tak boleh order 5, you tak boleh order 3 contohnya. Everything must be in tens, multiple of tens. And safety stocks there 76. Okay, so this is our safety stocks. Okay, and they ask us to assume 50 weeks in a year. So really important. Sebab kalau tadi kita ada daily demand, kita bagi 360. Tapi disuruh assume week selalunya, therefore kita akan guna weekly demand, DW. Sekejap I explain. Okay, just a slight change of formula lah. So anyhow, whenever we have EOQ questions, okay, bear with me sekejap First thing first, memang always we gonna calculate the EOQ. Okay, in fact the first question pun dia suruh cari EOQ kan. So again, EOQ formula dia adalah 2 darab D darab O divide by C square root. Okay, dalam notes ni ada tadi kan maksudnya. Asal lah, kenapa tak ada? Akam kot. Ni formula ni tak tahu. Maybe I need to rearrange balik. So this is the formula 2 times D times O divided by C. So ada dalam notes tu But okay. I'm I'm going to utilize this board untuk explain to you all 5 possible questions. Okay, soalan untuk inventory management maksimum 5. Okay, maksimum 5. And I will explain all 5 using this question. Walaupun soalan ni suruh buat 3, I will explain all 5. So, 2 memang fix. The annual demand I dah label tadi 42,000. And ordering cost dia pun ada label RM54. And divide by C, the carrying cost dia pun I label 360. Square root. Berapa ni? 2 times 42,000 times 54 divide by 360. Okay, and don't forget to square root. So here I dapat 1,122. 1122. Okay, dia ada point kat belakang tu. Okay, 1122 ataupun 1123 lah, depending on your understanding of the decimal 1122. Okay. But untuk soalan ni, I need to make adjustment. Why I need to make adjustment? Sebab soalan dia kata, you need to order in multiple of 10. So kalau you perasan kat sini, dia ada lebihan kat sini. Okay, we cannot order 2, 3, 4, whatever lah. Yang less than 10 kita tak boleh. Kita kena order round up daripada ataupun multiple of 10s. So therefore, if you want to order, we cannot order 1122 ataupun 1123. Okay, we need to round it up. So therefore, we need to order. Kita round up kan dia lah by 10 to the nearest 10. Bukan nearest 10, bukan, dia tak nak round down mesti round up. So kat sini bermaksud 1130. Okay, due to this multiple 10 punya issues. Okay, so my next tip, baca soalan ada tak multiple units punya requirements. Okay, ada yang multiple 10, ada certain soalan multiple of 100. Okay, so read the question carefully. Untuk soalan ni dia multiple 10. So kita round up 10 lah. Ada kalau soalan tu round up 100, maknanya kena order 1,200 contohnya. Okay, kalau dia kata order must be in multiple of 100 units contohnya. So you gonna round up to 1,200. Okay, kena order lebih sebab kalau order kurang, you akan face insufficient stock. Okay, kita order lebih tak apa. Okay, we order lebih. Just order by the next 10 lah dalam case ni. So kalau you jawab sampai 1122 je based on this formula, you akan dapat markah. Dia 3 kan contoh kan. So you might get 2 marks sampai 1122. Tapi nak dapat 3 marks, you're going to round up to 1130. Then you get full marks 3. Okay, so that's one thing. And once you dah determine 1130, this gonna be our Q. Okay, Q kita bukan 1122. Okay, walaupun secara mathematically we dapat 1122, tapi disebabkan kita tak boleh order 1122, we need to order 1130. This 1130 will be used in our other formulas yang require Q. Okay, we need Q kan. This Q kita guna 1130. Kalau lah you dah buat macam ni, you dapat 1122, lepas tu you round up 1130, you dapat 3 marks. Okay, kalau you tak tulis 1130, you dapat 2 marks only. Okay, that's one thing. But next question, bila nak cari TIC kejap lagi, the Q that you use, katakanlah you dah still specify 1130, tetapi I don't know, you still use 1122 for example, in your Qs for the rest of your questions. Unfortunately, your final answer akan salah. Okay, sebab you know this 1122 is not valid anymore sebab kita tak order banyak ni, kita order banyak ni 1130. Okay, so kalau macam ni mungkin tak banyak beza lah sebab dia just 8 units different je, so not much different lah. But still kalau you letak 1122, unfortunately salah lah. Tapi bayangkan kalau dia beza by 100. Okay, so your cost tu akan jadi different. Okay, cost akan jadi different. But anyway, sebelum I cari TIC, I want to introduce you to average inventory. Okay, ini tak ada dalam soalan, tapi As I said, ada dalam formula tadi in the notes. So average inventory formula dia adalah Q divide by 2 plus safety stocks. Okay, Q divide by 2 plus safety stocks. So the Q that we're going to use is 1130 ni. So 1130 divide by 2 plus safety stock. And safety stock tadi ada determine is 76. So 1130 divided by 2 plus 76 is 641. So ni secara purata average inventory at any point of time is 641 units. This is the average inventory. So any point of time secara purata inventory yang ada dalam store dia adalah 641 units. Okay. That's number 2. Kalau ada soalan tanya Next one is frequency of orders. Frequency ataupun sometimes they use number of orders in a year. So formula dia adalah D divided by Q. Demand divided by Q. Okay, remember both formula ni sebenarnya ada dalam bracket dalam total inventory cost. Both are in the brackets. So D divided by Q, again, demand dia is 42,000. And the Q from our earlier calculation is 1130. So 42,000 divided by 1130 is 37.2 lah. Saya tulis je lah walaupun tak boleh kan. So it's around 37 times lah. Okay, 37 times in a year. So maknanya dalam setahun dia kena order sebanyak 37 kali. So dalam case ni dia kena order banyak kali. Okay, banyak kali because the ordering cost might be cheaper as compared to maintaining it. Okay, based on mathematics, dia dapat determine cost untuk order is cheaper as compared to cost to maintain. So therefore, might as well dia order je. Order kerap. Okay, but we don't need to comment lah. Tapi dari sini kita boleh conclude lah. Okay, dia order 37 kali setahun. Bermaksud berapa kali sebulan kan? Multiple times in a month. Sebab setahun ada 12 kali kan. So ni lebih 2 kali sebulan ni. Right? But anyway, then the fourth one kita boleh calculate TIC, total inventory cost. Okay, total inventory cost is consists of total carrying cost plus total ordering cost. Okay, total carrying cost is carrying cost dia adalah 360, RM3.60. Darab dengan bracket sebenarnya Q divided by 2 plus SS lah maksudnya. So, I tulis balik je 1130 divided by 2 plus 76. Okay, and I add with the ordering cost is RM54. Darab dengan D divided by Q. So, 42,000 divided by 1130. Okay, so this our total inventory cost. So kalau 42,000 divided by 1130 tadi, 37 point something plus 54, and we're going to add with 360 times 641. So the total here would be, bear with me 3 minutes saya nak ambilkan ni, 4,314 and 68 cents. Okay, 4,314, 68 cents. So this is our total inventory cost. Okay, total inventory cost dia adalah 4,314, 68 cents. Okay, and last one is number 5 is reorder point. Okay, as you recall dalam notes tadi, reorder point I guna hari ni daily demand. So untuk seterusnya, we gonna use this depending on question. So kalau question guna hari, kita guna hari. Kalau question guna week, kita guna week. So kita kena adjust lah. Kalau daily, kita gunakan 360 selalunya. Kalau weekly, selalunya soalan bagi assumption 50 ataupun 52. Tengok soalan lah. Kita guna whatever question givers. So what's the impact? Demand yang kita ada setahun ni kita kena divide either 360 untuk daily ataupun weekly kita bahagi 50. Then lead time ni kita akan gunalah kalau ni demand dia dalam weekly, so lead time pun dalam week. Sama jugalah kalau daily, lead time dia dalam hari. So dalam soalan ni, lead time dia dalam 2 minggu, 2 weeks, and dia suruh kita assume 50 minggu. So kita guna minggu lagi senang lah. So bermaksud kat sini, kalau formula dia is lead time darab dengan daily. Dalam case ni weekly demand plus with safety stocks. Okay, lead time kita 2 minggu. So I letak 2 je lah. Again, kalau you guna hari, you kena letak 14 hari. Okay, tapi dalam case ni kita guna week So it's 2 weeks darab dengan weekly demand. So our demand was berapa tadi? 42,000 divide by 50 sebab weekly. And we plus with safety stocks of 76. So 42,000 divided by 50 times 2 plus 76. Okay, I dapat kat sini 1756 units. Okay, try again 42,000 divided by 50 times 2 plus 76. Okay, 1756. So what does it mean? Whenever their stocks reach 1756, this is the time for them to order. Berapa banyak kena order? Dia kena order 1130. So bila dia order 1130, dia akan naik balik dia punya reserve semua, and then dia akan guna reach 1756, reorder lagi. Something like that. Okay. So tak dia agak, sebab as you all know dia kena order 37 times. So dia punya cycle tu tak jauh lah. After few days, sometimes maybe 2 weeks maybe, dia dah kena order dah. Lebih kurang macam tu lah konsep dia. So these are all 5, kalau you nak snap pictures the process, or else you tengok dalam video later on. Maximum question dia akan tanya 5 ni je untuk inventory management. The EOQ, average inventory kalau ada, frequency of orders kalau ada, tapi TIC and ROP together with the OQ selalunya akan ada lah. The 3 component ni akan ditanya most of the time, tapi yang number 2 and number 3 ni optional. Sometimes dia tanya, sometimes dia tak. Sometimes dia tanya salah satu, sometimes dia tak tanya langsung untuk number 2 dengan number 3, atau sometimes dia tanya dua-dua sekali with the maximum of 5 ni. Okay, so dia tak akan tanya selain daripada ni. Alright, so for EOQ, just be careful about multiple orders sebab you kena buat adjustment. So dalam case ni, dia adjustment dia multiple of 10s, tapi some question ada multiple of 100, multiple of 200, multiple of 500. So tengok soalan, round up accordingly. Okay, kalau you tak round up, menyebabkan your Q dalam question number 2, question number 3, question number 4 salah. Question number 5 mungkin selamat lah sebab dia tak ada Q kat sini. Okay, be careful about that. So the rest is straightforward, just based on formula je. So formula dia ada kat sini, I tulis. And in details, you boleh tengok balik dalam notes. Okay, sorry ambil masa 10 minutes more. So with that, I end topic number berapa tadi? 8 dah. I have to fast forward untuk 3 topik, topik 7 sebab topik-topik selepas ni memang perlukan satu topik tu satu minggu, satu session. Okay, so kita ada 4 topik saja. Kita ada sekarang minggu keempat, so we have 3 more meetings. So kita ada 4 topics to go. So salah satu minggu tu I kena squeeze. Okay, I have to squeeze 2 topics juga dalam satu minggu. Tapi yang lain tu memang satu minggu satu topik lah. Alright. So again, thank you very much. As always, siapa yang tak sempat tadi attendance, please check ya ada masa lagi ni. And don't forget our test kejap lagi 2 to 4. Soalan tu sebenarnya you boleh siap dalam masa 1.5 hours je. I give you extra minutes. Please read the question carefully. Tengok dalam U-Future assignment section. Read the instruction, apa yang you kena buat, kena tulis handwritten. Scan in PDF, tak nak in words in PDF. Kalau you buat dalam in words, macam mana nak tulis dalam word? You tulis selalunya on papers, ambil pictures, convert in PDF. And PDF tu satu file, not multiple pages, ataupun multiple pages, okay. Not in multiple files, must be in multiple pages obviously. And follow the requirement of the names of the file tu. Ada letak nama you, the test 1, the code of course FIN420 dengan group, sebab ada 2 group so follow je instruction semua ada dalam your future assignment section your assignment section test 1. So soalan tu available pukul 2 je lagi. Okay, within 1.5 hours sebenarnya you boleh siap. No, it's not that difficult pun. Okay, so good luck later and thank you very much.
Alright, thank you sir. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, salam. Thanks.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, ada 2 soalan ke sir petang ni?
2 soalan. Sebab dia topik 4 je cakap kan. So ada cash budget dengan pro forma. Tu je.
Okay, thank you sir.
Alright. Okay.